that's not, I don't even know if I've really dated many dancers at all.
Yeah, I would love to get your opinion on that. What do you think the pros and cons are of dating a dancer versus dating somebody who's not?
Um, so with dating someone that's not, the people that I've dated long term that weren't dancers did give me the freedom to like dance with whoever, do whatever, but the downfall of that is they were always standing in the corner and kind of just like it sucked because my favorite thing in the world I didn't get to share with that person, so it's like my favorite thing to do that I want to do every single week, that's not naturally what they want to do. And they would do it for me every now and then, like a song or two of the
Yeah.
night. But it's not that same. So
Did it
that
feel
was definitely
forced?
a con. Yeah, that was definitely a con. But dating someone who does dance, we get to share that with each other. And then the chemistry, even though I'm more of like a sensual dancer in general, the chemistry is more and like, we get to have fun with it. We get to take it home with us. We get to practice at home. We get to have, those extra really cute moments. Now, there's obviously a whole set of boundaries that comes with who we're comfortable with dancing and stuff like that, because we both have our set of people that like we're totally cool with each other dancing with, but then there's also people from our pasts that are there and that we would not feel comfortable, especially because for me, like I said, I'm a sensual dancer. I started off with salsa before I ever got into country swing, and naturally I feel like I'm a sassier dancer with that stuff.
Mhm.
So I know in my relationship I can't be pulling half the moves I would as a single person, because it does create that, you know, I look like I'm with every person I dance
Mhm.
necessarily. And so I think there's a conversation and a compatibility with who you're dating if you're dating a dancer, and those
Mhm.
conversations happen before you get like thrown into, the dance scene, and feelings get hurt or anything like that. But it's just really communication.
Yeah, it's such a it's it's just a tough thing to talk about because on one hand, I used to be that person where I would have those conversations with people. But then when I finally met my person, it's just not a big deal. Like it's just not a conversation because I know and she knows not it's just dancing, right?
Yeah.
And I think it just makes it more awkward if have to tell somebody, hey, I can't, because I had this happen to me before. I can't do this move with you, or I can't do that move with you. And it's like, okay, I'm not trying to do this move to upset your boyfriend. I'm just dancing. It's just because every guy, every lead, they just have a set of moves, especially in country bars. They usually have a
Yeah.
set of like 5 to 10 moves that they just do. And, um, you know, I don't know. I like to not overthink it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I mean that makes complete sense. And like sometimes, I mean, sometimes people pull out moves that you don't like. There's certain like there's literally a choking move, for example.
Well,
Or
yeah, that's a little
I'm
much.
talking about like those things where you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, you probably don't want to watch your partner, like, especially if they don't know they're going into it, and then it's just like, there you go.
Yeah, but I would not understand doing a choking move if you aren't doing it one for views online or two like in a competition where you're dancing to the song and you're trying to create an emotion for judges or
Yeah.
people watching you for a performance. But yeah, just to choke somebody in a bar for um,
There's there's just some things that like, or being like, I don't like when I'm dancing with somebody I don't know, and then all of a sudden I'm in the air and being picked up, or like
yeah.
stuff like that where I get thrown off and I don't even know what's currently happening, and then I'm like in the air. Or there was one girl that somebody tried doing a trick with her and she didn't know it was going to happen, and her boot hit a girl in the face. Oh my God, I
Yeah.
felt so bad. The
Yeah.
other girl got like a black eye. So it was like,
Well, yeah, and if you don't have those conversations with the person you're dancing with, it's so much harder to throw up dead weight. Like I know you're a tiny girl, but still, I don't know how much you weigh, but still just throwing up 100 pounds up in the air, dead weight is not easy, you know? But if you're lifting yourself, jumping at the same time, it's a much easier lift.
yeah, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, there's just certain things. I feel like it's kind of circumstantial with each relationship, depending
Mhm.
on, what you're comfortable with and what your past is at the bar or whatever. But like, so far, I've enjoyed dating a dancer. Like, it has been so much fun because we go do things where we went to the Benson Boone concert the other night and we were dancing in front of everybody. Or like, we were at a restaurant and a song came on and we just got up and danced. It's like, I've never had that before.
Yeah,
And so that to me just adds so much more fun because it's like I'm sharing the love of my life with somebody
yeah,
that also loves the same thing.
yeah, that's great. And I mean, knowing you, you're not afraid to act a fool, so it's good for
Yeah.
you, I think, to have somebody who will act a fool with you whenever,
Yes,
wherever.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was always the toughest part, for me was just finding somebody who was comfortable to, just be out there and just have fun because it is rare because everybody's like, oh no, I don't want to dance at this concert. Everybody's watching us.
And I'm like, who cares?
Exactly. Like I'm here to have a good time.
Yeah, I think I'm more comfortable in awkward things because I don't feel like I have to think about like just if I let go of everything, then I'm not overthinking anything. And I like that's the thing for me with dancing is like that's like the one thing. There's tumbleweeds going on up here. I'm not thinking. I'm just enjoying the music. And that's why I almost wasn't sure if I ever wanted to partner compete in partner dancing.
Yeah.
Just because like I guess for me, I that means I actually need to put a lot more effort into thinking because dancing is kind of like my therapy. And so, I mean, I competed for line dancing and I it was like a bucket list thing. I just want to cross it off and I ended up placing and I was super excited. And now they're like, you're going to finals. And I was like, I have to do it again. Oh gosh. So I've gone back and forth on competing in country swing. I'm like, do I want to do it just once to, just for the experience,
Gotcha.
maybe?
So yeah, I was gonna say, how do you balance doing it for fun? Because if you are competing at something, then you have to put a lot more effort into it. It becomes a
Yes.
job and it's no longer
Hmm.
fun.
Yeah. And I also wonder how that would play into like in the relationship. You know what I mean? With,
Like dancing
now,
with somebody besides your partner.
no, I mean
Oh,
dancing with
dancing
my
with them
partner, but like
competing.
now it's work and now we need to make sure, like,
Oh no, it'll create some tension.
okay, that's what I thought. I was like that because this is like pressure now. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna try to compete, we're gonna try to win, we need to do this at this time.
Well, it's not even that because, if you start practicing because you guys are both going to come home from work, maybe something bad happened at work and one of y'all are in a mood, or something happened at school with your child and you're just in a mood and maybe you're not on your best that night and he's ready to, practice and you're just not there for it and you're just lacking behind and then he's going to be, up your butt a little bit and be like, no, come on, we need to practice this. And you're like, no, I'm not in the mood right now. And like, come on, no, you need to get this now. And then you're just like, or vice versa, it was something that we had to learn how to navigate when we were competing in ballroom. It took us probably about, I don't know, 4 to 6 months because you just kind of get a read. It just takes time to just get a read on that
Yeah.
person where you know what buttons you can push and what buttons you can't push on a particular day.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. Yeah, because I was wondering about that. I was like, so far this is like our passion. What if we turn it into work? I was like, I wonder how that's gonna feel, or if I'm super competitive, so if I want to do something, I want to do it really well.
Yeah.
Uh, so
Well,
yeah,
I just think you just need to decide on if it's a real avenue you want to go to because then you're going to start thinking about it and in depth so much more. Because sometimes it's not even just like doing something, it's also how does this look to the judges,
that's true.
from a performance perspective. So yeah, and then to nail something, you have to practice it all the time. So now when you go line dance on a Friday night and you're leading up to that competition, you're going to be practicing, making sure you're doing this move or adding this flair or whatever you want to do on Fridays and Saturdays. And I know you guys line dance all the time, but we
Yeah.
only line dance or dance Fridays and Saturdays here. But that's what you'll be thinking about. You won't actually be, oh, I'm just here having fun with my boyfriend or my friends. I'm
Yep.
thinking about it, right? So then it's gone from, hey, this is just a release after the work week.